Right, well, peeps, we've reached a milestone and a hurdle for some reason. I'll come to that. Right, so we finished the chassis, peeps. Woohoo! I'm going to cover the body first because this you can't really see it when I just show you it like this, but this thing is absolutely foo bad. It is knackered. It's f***ed up beyond all recognition. Right, I'll start with this. It's taped on at a minute because I don't know if you realise that these FG shells are in two sections. Right, now it's broken. It's broken. It's broken across there, all the way to there. There's literally only that piece between my fingers holding the bumper on. It's broken down here. It's just absolutely knackered. The rest of the body shell is in not much better shape. It's fairly... I've made a fair job of fixing it before I knew how to fix these things properly with drywall tape and shoe glue or... oh yeah, there's another piece. Right, just bear with me a minute. Right, what do you think of myself? It isn't as bad as I thought it was, and I realised there's still some more taping all together. This was half of all the tape holding it together. It was like half a roll of duct tape holding this thing in one piece. Yeah, it's absolutely shattered in many places. Now, this wasn't in a perfect condition when I got it because the lad who gave it to me had replaced it with a new one, so there's only these two bits of plastic holding this entire side together. It's broken on the other side as well. But the only part of it that's intact is the roof and the hood, which seems to be thicker. I'm sure that's part of the moulding process that causes that. The back piece, that was Christmas Day's baking tray for the chicken. As you can see, this is broken from here all the way across and into the bed. It's broken on the same place on the other side because when my friend bought this truck, it was used, and they'd cut the big section out for the exhaust and FG, the petrol. You know, why you wouldn't have just got an extension tube and moved the exhaust down to there, as it always irked me. Now, there's little screws here. These are what are holding the back piece on. Now, why have I took all the tape that's holding this together, you ask? Well, that's because its replacement has arrived, and we'll come to that momentarily if I can get it to sit. It's moving. Right, so the chassis. The plan was I'd made some little brackets to go on the side here to strengthen it, to do the most of the rigidity. And I was junking this metal plate because of weight, but I've got a piece of composite. It's a word I couldn't remember on my last video. Piece of composite aluminium where it's like two thinner pieces of alley with some like gooey plastic in between. Screws will go into them and don't back out, and it's brilliant stuff. It's lighter, it's stiffer, but I'm off work at the moment because I've hurt my arm, and holding the phone is about all I'm capable of doing right now. So I just thank God I've got a decent power screwdriver. Yes, now I have not done any cutting or sewing or drilling. All these holes were made previously. This is a rebuild, it's not a build. I've reassembled. I'd used all these pieces in other cars, except for these two pieces here and the metal and the bare metal in the middle. So this is just pulling all these pieces from all the different trucks previously and bottling them all back together to recreate what was called Big Yellow, because that shell was yellow when I got it. Wow, that actually looks shiny. I wish it looked as shiny as that to my eyes. The phone makes it look more shiny than it is. Right, so I had X amount of money left from Christmas and my birthday, and I had all these little upgrades on other trucks to do, and I got on with this one, and I just thought I really want to complete this one. So I just thought to myself, it needs a new body, and I started looking at it like, oh my holy Christ. They're $200 to $250 for a brand new one of these. And when you get to this size, like for Losi 5s and SCX 6s and the bigger Armours and the bigger Traxxas, like the Emaxx cars, the shells start to get a bit pricey. Now, ironically, from here to here, it's only literally that much difference to an Emaxx. And I've looked at buying Emaxx bodies, which are about £75, $100. Now, that's doable, but they're not wide. They're only just a little bit wider than the chassis plate. Now, I want this to look, alright, yeah, it looks like a monster truck, and it is a monster truck, but I wanted it to look like something you'd see driving around, not something where the body's 5 foot wide and the wheels are 15 foot wide. You know, I didn't want that, so I doggedly stuck to this shell now. Scouring the internet for a long time, I saw that the brand new ones, they're all from like FG is a German brand, so all the body shells come from Germany. All the posts are in German. You don't always, even if I ordered one, I'm not 100% sure what I'm ordering because I don't speak German. You can get it translated, but it's not always 100% accurate to what it says. And I just thought, at that sort of money, if I didn't get all that I was wanting, well, I didn't have that sort of money anyway. I didn't have that much cash, so that was that. Now, before we get into the replacement body, the hurdle is this thing. I don't seem to be able to get it working. I've had this working before. I don't know if I had it running with this motor though. That might be the problem. It might only want to work 2 separate motors rather than double connections of one motor. So I may have to go back to either the twin motors, which I just put back in the other Emaxx, which was a monumental pain in the backside. And you have to strip half of it off because it's such a tight fit, the drive shafts, you can't get them off. So you have to take all the back assembly off. So I don't want to do that. I may swap ESCs over, swap this onto the other truck, and then this one will be, I'll need to run a low voltage buzzer to make sure I don't run my batteries down, so that's a lesser of two evils. Or I could take the motor from the big 1/8. I've had that running this morning, so I know that works. All the electronics are fine, and I could just bolt it straight in here. So I wanted to get it running first to make sure I've got everything settled and intact before I started boosting the power with a big brushless motor, but it may be what it may be. Right, so let's show you what I've done. Right, so this is shell A. I mean, look how it's how it's collapsing under its own weight. This thing is absolutely. And here we go. I read it. Listen to that one. This thing, this puppy is solid. I don't think this has ever been used. Now, unfortunately for me, it's cut all the grill out and the bumper, which I can fix, and just cut all the back end out. Now, the plan for that is, I mean, listen to that. And listen to that one. That one is solid. Now, so the plan is, I'm going to remove all the decals, all the stickers that I can. I'm going to use the, where's it gone? Where's it gone? There it is. I'm going to cut out the upper and lower grills from this, because this is now absolutely zero use. And just glue them in the back to recreate the missing sections. I don't need these grills, and whoever did these didn't fit them very well particularly, so I'm going to paint the bumpers and the front clip red to match the truck, and the back is in one piece, man. That is just beautiful. That is, I don't know if they painted it and it's faded in the sun, it was meant to be some sort of fade, but the back is very definitely orange, and I don't like that. There is some dust on it, so I don't know how much is dust and how much is orangey paint. It did say on the auction that it was faded, so maybe it's been sat in direct sun for the back end and it's faded. But no, I won't be making this Brian O'Connell's truck from Fast and Furious. It was an on-road truck, a lowered on-road truck, and this is not that. The wheel arches are cut a little large for my liking. But having said that, I do have the 1/6 scale hard body of the crew cab upstairs, and I may make a custom bumper for that and use that bumper to create a scale bumper for this later. I may do that later. Yeah, you can see where I've attempted to repair it with a piece of plastic on the front, but it broke again. So that was a temporary fix, but this thing saw some abuse. Yes, so what's the plan? I'm going to cut around here, because this bed section is pretty much intact. Only to this part here in the corner it's cracked. I'm going to cut it up here and cut the entire back window out and just glue it on. Just attach it to that, because this is absolutely no use. I was going to use it as a mould to try and make a fiberglass one, but I don't know if it's even intact enough to do that with. This, like I said, this is, I mean, how clean it is. It's a bit, there's a little bit of exhaust soot in there, but I don't think this has seen much actual use. I think this has been like a shelf queen while they used a body like this for running. So yeah, very, very happy. I mean, I paid more than I've ever paid for a body shell on a car for this. I paid £95 for this. But considering how much a brand new one of these is, I think that was a bargain. Now, I will be painting the truck bed. I mean, it's already black on that one. But I will be painting like this edge black, like it would be on a real truck. So that will hide the join. I don't know what to do about the bumper. I might paint it red when I repaint the rest of it. I'll be taking the exhaust decals and the number plates off of that. And yeah, that's a light refurb on this. And if you see what I mean about the wheel arch, it's huge because the wheels on an FG monster truck are absolutely huge. Oh, that's why that was it. Wonder where the screws were. So I'm going to take all the decals off this. I've got to send a little sheet of paper to stick them to. Give it a good scrub, bond all the stuff and paint it, and then I will redo like this decal. I've pulled it off so it's stretched a little, but it was never really a good fit anyway. So I have some glass tint film, so I may just tint these windows and leave them see-through. But yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, all right, yeah. I'm hearing the voices. Let's see it on the truck. I'll do that. Right, now that changes the entire look of this truck to me. I mean, obviously, I've got to make little changes. Once I've painted this black, so that the entire back end is black, and painted these little steps black, the bumpers and the clip red, and recoloured the windows, that is going to look fantastic. See, I like this body shell because it gives the illusion of an Emaxx. It's just like if Traxxas had made the Emaxx 6th scale, it would have looked like this. Because when the Emaxx came out, the T-Max and Emaxx came out, it was like a scale truck body, like the Stampede. Not many people noticed with that Pro graphics body on, but it's actually a Dodge Ram 1500 underneath, and if you painted them a flat colour, actually quite a scale looking body. I've been trying to find another one there. Rare as rocking horse poo now. You can't find them anywhere, and especially a clear one. So yeah, there you go. You can see that fade in the back. So there we go, peeps. Thanks for watching. The next time you see this, it will be refurbed. And hopefully, while I've got the damn thing running, this should be moving around now. I don't know if I showed you the under. Did I show you all the drive shafts? Yeah. I'm going to redo the drive shafts at a later date. That one's just a full-blown Emaxx one. That one's metal. You can't really tell that one's metal. I don't want to redo that one because it's a little short. But I have some of this tube, so I'll just make a piece that goes all the way from one end to the other. And then, yeah, it's the steering servo is wired up. But part of the money that I spent on that was a bigger steering servo. But I was going to put one either side. But yeah, well, we'll maybe a later date. I'm still planning on trying to get. I see if I can get my friend to do like a 3D rendering of this, so I can get it off to Send and have a one-piece servo made. One-piece chassis made. So it's made out of one piece of 3mm aluminium, curved at the edges, so that will be like a proper T-Max chassis plate. That would be the ultimate end for that to me. I haven't asked him if he'll do it yet, my 3D model. So yeah. Right, and okay then, people. Thank you very much. More soon.